Alright, hello everyone, it's Team Rocket Draws here with another Let's Play in a Rose Kingdoms Let's Play, guys. If you guys haven't seen the last episode, make sure to go check it out. We actually got quite a bit done. Right now what I'm doing is just getting some materials in order to do our next build, and that's what we're actually going to be working on in today's episode, guys. So let me gather a full inventory. Actually, I'm probably going to have enough already. And something else that we're going to be needing is some white dye, guys. And I don't have enough bones. So we're actually going to have to come up here to Ghost Shop and actually pick some up. I believe I got like probably 10 bones in total. So yeah, it's going to be needed for sure. So it's the Archery Shop. And yeah, so skeleton farm, 1 hour for 2 diamonds, 2 hours for 4 diamonds, and 1 full day for 64 diamonds. Man, goes, you're charging an arm and leg. But yeah, so we're not able to actually keep any of the items if we do use it, so that's not gonna come in handy, guys. But he is selling a stack of bones for 35 iron, 1 stack of arrows for 10 iron, but he doesn't say anything about diamonds. I wonder if I could pay in diamonds. So yeah, he doesn't have any information on here, but I think that he probably wouldn't mind some diamonds. So let's actually buy 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just buy 3, I guess, since we're only able to buy 3 as of this moment. So I don't think he'll mind diamonds at all. So thank you, Ghost. And yeah, so now let's actually start working on the building, guys, which is actually gonna be right here in this area. I took down the house that was right here, and we're actually gonna be building another shop. So I got this little area planned out already. I'm just gonna go with it. I have an idea of how the building's gonna look like, guys, but just like that one, I'm just gonna wing it and hopefully everything works out. So basically it's gonna be one building right here. So we're gonna have these 4 corners, and then we're actually gonna have another one going to the side like this. So I don't know if I should make it like this lengthwise, or should I make it this way. So I'll see what I do. I think this way looks a little bit better. I don't know, guys. I don't know what to do. I think I'm gonna actually make it this way. So we're actually gonna go ahead and actually raise this, and I think I'm gonna leave it like this, where it's gonna be 2 doors. We're gonna have an outside area right here. This is actually where the leaves are gonna be. The rest of the house we're gonna be able to sell something else later on, but for right now I have the actual outdoor area marked out by the wood right here, by the wood planks. So this is where you're gonna come in and buy your leaves and stuff like that. It's gonna have like a wooden roof, which is actually gonna look really cool, guys. But yeah, so just to get the building started, let's actually just build a little bit. And this one actually is gonna be right like that. So let's just actually just work on the floor plan a little bit. And just in case you guys are not familiar with building, or like, you know, kind of want some tips on building, I'm just gonna show you how I go about it. So first I come out with the plan, right? Like, what am I gonna do with the building? Like, I also look at the area. So for example, I knew that I wanted an outdoor area where I could sell the leaves, right? I don't know what it's called. I think it's called like a canopy or something like that, where it's like in the outside, then you have like plants on top, you know, like bushes or something that like kind of drape down a little bit, just like that tree, but it's actually like a wooden little area. And then you're gonna come in here. There's gonna be some barrels where you could, you know, get your leaves and everything. We're actually gonna go in here, and then there's gonna be there's actually gonna be 1 door. So the door is gonna be right here, guys. And then we're gonna have a, what do you call it, like a countertop right here, where in order to actually go around and go inside of the building, you have to go around like that. And then we're actually just gonna make it into one door as well, since it's a fairly small building. There's no reason to do two doors. And then we're gonna go in here, and this is gonna be like another building on its own. But the thing is that I'm actually gonna connect it like this, where this part right here, the lengthwise, is gonna be the roof. So right now I'm paying attention to the roof, guys. It's actually gonna be like this one right here, and then this one is gonna go that way. So it's gonna be like that one right there, right? How do I want to do this? So then I think this is actually gonna be, see, now I'm coming up with new plans. That's the thing about building something like this, that I'm always like thinking different things, right? Because I kind of want to do like a 2-story and then make one story. So I think for sure we're gonna go 2 stories here, right? Because we have the canopy. I don't think that's what it's called, but I'm just gonna call it like that, guys. So let's just go with it. And then this way I'll do something else. So let me actually come up with the actual layout, and then the actual like skeleton of the building, and then we could go ahead and fill it up. And there we go. So this was the outdoor area that I was mentioning. Hopefully now you guys have an idea. We're actually gonna place leaves on top that kind of drape down a little bit, so we're gonna use vines for that as well. But yeah, this is basically the main area where we're gonna be able to do the cells. And then after debating a few ways of doing the actual building, I decided to do it this way, guys, where this is just gonna be a 1-story, since this is the house. It's actually gonna be this is gonna be the front, so the roof is gonna go like this, and then this one we're actually gonna have it facing the same way as well. So yeah, this is actually gonna be like a different kind of shop. We're actually gonna make a door that's 3 and 3, so we're actually gonna be able to connect these like that. We're gonna make another door right here. These are gonna just be windows, obviously. So this is actually gonna be a shop for another type of material, although I want to make it something organic as well. So maybe some crops or something like that. So yeah, so then on top right here we got some dirt, just labeling it out, since I do want the building to stick out, just like the ones that we have on the other ones. And then for this one right now I'm just gonna use wool. We will be using the white concrete and also the white concrete powder, but just right now, due to, you know, the actual white concrete powder falling, gravity is the word that I was looking for, we're gonna use white wool. So there should be like one right there, but obviously let's just go with it. And we're actually gonna make it stick out, and then this roof we'll just make it connect into this one. And this one's actually gonna be 2 stories as well as the other one. So we're actually gonna go, that's 3, we're actually gonna go 4. And then I'll just replace some of this wool with different stuff, or I might leave it as the actual lining, right, of the building. Hopefully I brought enough wool. And then so this is how I go about doing my buildings. And the reason that I'm doing a 2-story is just to make it stand out a little bit, since we're actually making a lot of them 2 stories. And if you guys have paid attention to some of the buildings that are like medieval style, mostly all of them are 2 stories, just because the bottom is more like the area where, you know, the kitchen and stuff like that, and then the top is gonna be your room. So there we go, guys. Now I got the actual skeleton of the building. I got an idea of how I'm gonna want it. So let's just come down here. So we're gonna go in here, could go in there, and then this is like a completely different building. So I like using dirt just because it's I don't know, as a good marker of what I wanted to do. So for this one we're actually gonna have maybe some chests right there, right, in order to where the employees come in and grab the stuff and stuff like that. So we're actually gonna have a desk right there, and it's actually gonna go all the way to here. Yeah, so this is gonna be like the entrance to the back. And then we're actually gonna add maybe some ladders, I think, like around here. we're gonna add the ladders. We're gonna be able to come in the second part of the building, and this is actually gonna be like a room or something, or a house or something, just to make something up here. Another thing that I could do is probably place like some sort of farm up here, but we already got a bunch of crops over there. I actually expanded the one that we had before, so I don't think we're gonna need to do that. So once we know how the building's actually gonna end up looking like, guys, now it's a matter of just adding some of the details. For example, right here for the actual top right here, we're gonna be using some of these trap doors just to give it a little bit more of an effect. And at first I wasn't gonna be using this, but I think it makes sense just adding these. And we're actually gonna go through a lot of wood doing this, but you know what, it's fine, I don't mind it. And I was gonna say it's not gonna be able to go on top. And let me actually get this one back. No, there we go. All right, so like I mentioned before, now it's about adding details. So I know how the roof is gonna look like. This would be like the third step into building my building. And then another thing is right here, instead of the dirt right here, we need to actually add some support, since in order to hold that, we're gonna need something like this right here. So it's a good transition from the bottom to the top floor, and just to make it seem like it's working right. You don't want a building just sticking out of nowhere, and you kind of need like some sense into it. And I just wanted to mention that by no means am I a professional builder, or that you guys should follow this tutorial. I'm just showing you guys the way that I do my building. So if you're interested, then yeah, this might actually help you out a little bit. So once I have my doors labeled, so we're actually gonna label this one. This is where I would go ahead and start kind of like, you know, making the actual windows. So right here we got 1 2 3 4 5 wall. And so we can place maybe one there, and then let's just add there a little bit more, something right there. We actually can make a window, 2 windows right there, or we could actually just make 1 window. And we could always place these like that, right, and just make 1 window. Or we could actually make it where it's like a longer window, and I think this is the way that we're gonna do it, since we want this to be open, right? We want light in here. So we're actually gonna do the same thing over here. And so this is 3 and it is 3, yeah. And these, I'm just gonna cover these since there's no reason to have a window. But for the front, we're actually gonna have a window on there. Now for right here, I'm actually gonna go ahead and just make like a small window right there. You know what, just to make it fitting, let's do another one right there. And then for this one, since there's no reason to kind of have a window facing the outside, since this is where we have our bulletin board, I'm just gonna close that off. So we have this extra window. No, actually I'm just gonna cover that area right there. So this is basically where we go in. We got a couple windows. We're obviously gonna close this area off. There's no reason for there to be a window. And there we go, guys. Now we actually got the bottom. This is where we would do the same thing for the top. So in order to do that, let me actually get some more stuff. So let me get some white concrete powder. So I actually did another layer right here in the bottom, just connected these, and that's just gonna help me do this thing right there. But actually, while editing the video, guys, I kind of came up with another thing that we could actually do for this building, and it's something that I'm actually gonna go ahead and do. So instead of just making these this building right here at the top just like a rectangle, we're actually gonna extend this and make it like a little bit more round. I don't know if that's gonna make sense. So we're actually gonna take, I guess we could leave that right there. It's not gonna hurt us, but we're actually, no, let's take it down. You know, let's just go for it. We're actually gonna extend it, and we're gonna make some sort of like round building. So we're actually gonna go out a little bit, and let's go like this. So we got 4 right here, and then we got 4 right there. Let's go like this. All right, guys, and then we're actually gonna place these like that, right? And it's just gonna be like a little extension area. And I guess yeah, another thing we could do is just fall. But so this is just like an area that extends a little bit, but I'm not liking it. I think we actually need to take this out and extend this part like that. So now it makes sense, right? It's like a little extra area, and now we're gonna be able to kind of like okay, I did not want to do that. It's really hard to tell what's what. Like the actual concrete powder and the wool look the same in the hotbar, so it makes it a little bit difficult to know what's what. All right, so now we actually need to do the borders like that. Do another one right here, and then we're actually gonna make two borders. Let's actually make a window right here. I want a window right in the middle. So let's just go like this. And then we're actually gonna have a block right there, and see, again, the wrong block. So we just want like a little area that stands out a little bit different, guys. We're actually gonna have, this is where the window's gonna be, like I mentioned before, and I think it's actually gonna look pretty cool. So I think I made a mistake right here. We actually want it sticking out like that so it can match the bottom right here. And yeah, so now it's gonna be like a little lookout area, and it's just gonna add something else to the actual building. So now we look at it, it's gonna stick out. I know this area looks a little bit weird, and then all the concrete powder is actually going to be falling down. That's fine. I didn't mean to actually place the concrete powder in the first place. So we're just going to go ahead and do this. So now for the bottom, this is where, like I mentioned before, it's going to look a little bit weird if it doesn't have some sort of support. So this is where these are going to come in handy. And you guys don't have to use stairs. You guys could always use... so how did we have this area before? So we had one here like that, right? And then we could actually even add some more support right here. I don't know, just something. We actually might make this into stone as well, just to make it go a little bit better. But yeah, that way you guys can get an idea of something that we could do. So just having this actually really adds to like the character of the building, right? It's something different, and that's something that I don't know, it really helps the actual you know, building and stuff like that, because if you guys have simple buildings like the actual villager or the village, you know, houses right here, it's really simple, guys, you know what I mean? But if you add a little bit more to it, something that is not Minecrafty, for example, these parallel, I think that's the right word, right? We said we're gonna actually call it parallel buildings. That's something that you normally don't see in Minecraft, so this will automatically like catch your attention, right? It's gonna be like, oh, that's a little bit different. This one as well, right? We have these buildings that the top part sticks out a little bit, as well as that one right there. So it makes it less Minecrafty, which in return makes it a little bit more interesting. So it's a matter of just getting away from the simple way of building, so like those right there. But everybody starts at that point, you know what I mean? Everybody goes through that phase, but it's just good just doing something different every now and then. So now the thing that I would do right here for the top of the building would be the same thing where wait, did I just place another one? See, guys, I'm gonna have a hard time with that. But now this is another way of looking for like a window or something, so we just go ahead and do that. I'm actually gonna close it off right there, and then it doesn't always have to be even, right? We could always just do different stuff. For example, for this one, the roof is actually going to go from down here and it's going to match up to the top of the building, so there's no reason to have some windows right here. So that's just one of those things. I'm actually gonna make another window right here, and I'm just gonna do like a long singular window. We could always do like a smaller window like that, but it's not gonna stand out, right? It's just like just having two like this really stands out. And once we have this and I have the walls and stuff like that, this is where I would actually come in and start adding some texture. And when I mean texture, it's just adding different blocks that kind of go along with the blocks that we're using. So for example here, we're going to be using stone, we're going to be using andesite, smooth stone. Actually, I had an idea of doing the bottom right here, smooth stone, just making it seem like it's like the bottom base, like a block color right here. And then I don't know, I think it's gonna work overall. So I know a lot of people, instead of doing it like this where you take away from the blocks, a lot of people just use dirt because it's a good way of planning it out with actually laying the blocks down. And then obviously dirt's really easy to pick up just by using a shovel. So it's just a lot of things that you're able to do. But yeah, so like right now I'm just gonna start texturing it up a little bit. So now I added the smooth stone in the bottom. And if you guys are gonna ask me why didn't you just do it in the first place, is because I didn't have that idea. I came up with that later on. So this is something that you guys are gonna have to work with in Minecraft. A lot of trial and error, and it's just a matter of trying different things and seeing what works and what doesn't. So for right here right now, the way that I like to texture is just adding, like, you know, making holes here and there, and just doing something like this, obviously with the actual shape in mind. And then for example, right here I'm not able to add like a gravel or anything like that, so I'm gonna have like a stone that doesn't have any gravity effects, right? We got some andesite. I'm actually gonna add it here and there. And then another block that we might want to use would be probably cobblestone. Although it's not a, you know, you don't need to use so many different blocks, but this is a good way of doing it. And then for right here, since it's more of a corner piece, you guys don't have to, you know, make it completely square. If anything, it will give it a little bit more of you know, character, I guess is the right word, since it doesn't have like a corner to it. So it takes away once again from the Minecrafty kind of like effect. So actually right here I would keep that. And the reason that I would keep it would be just because we need the extra support in order to support this area right here, right? So I think it works out like that. And then right here, the transition, so for the texturing, we would do it all around the building, right? And just try to do it a little bit random. And then for the top, we would do the same, just texturing it with similar blocks. For example, I'm gonna use the white concrete powder and the white concrete in order to add that. Another block we could use that we use for the main building over there. So there's different things, and it doesn't have to be really similar, guys. There could be a great contrast in it. For example, right here, the cobblestone with the actual stone bricks, there's a giant contrast right there. But if you spread it out, it actually helps, you know. So it doesn't really like take away too much from the actual building. It just gives it the extra contrast. So something else that we could do right there for the transition of the actual bottom of the building to the top is we could always use something like slabs right there, and it just adds the little extra touch, you know, the little extra detail, you know what I mean? It just makes it seem like there's some sort of support right there. And you know, just adding here stuff in there, it just really helps out. For example, right here we could actually add something later on, you know what I mean, something hanging from right there. And it's just a matter of doing it this way, guys. You know, it's a lot of you know, just trying different things. But if you guys follow these steps, you guys might actually come out with a building similar to some of the ones that I've done. But like I mentioned before, it's all about trial and error. For this one, I added some buttons just for a little extra details. I have some trap doors just to make it seem like these are shutters, you know what I mean? You would like close the actual window. And obviously it doesn't really work. This is not something that's functional. It's just more to give it like an idea, you know what I mean, something like that. And then like for example right here, some plants. And yeah guys, so it's something that hopefully you guys could implement into your buildings, you know, a little here and there. So let me know in the comment section below if you guys actually learned something new, you know what I mean. Everybody has their own style of building. This is something that I started actually a long time ago in a different server, and I went with it. I had fun. It's a really fun style, and right now for this one, I'm actually gonna be experimenting where I just get like ideas online, you know what I mean, and then I just kind of do the building to my liking, right? It doesn't have to be just be square or rectangle or anything like that. I want to make it functional where, okay, I want you to come up here, and then this is where you will shop, and this gives me a little bit more of an area to do stuff instead of just being like a square or rectangle shape. So let me just work on the building, guys, and get it done, and that way we can start bringing our stuff to sell. So it's actually been a couple days, I believe, in real life that I finished the area. Here we can hear the composter actually working. So we're getting a bunch of bone meal. I harvested some of the wheat that we have right here. I also worked in the area, and I added this tree right here. This is a tree that I said I was gonna add a long time ago, and it actually took me quite a while, guys. It's actually been, I believe, like 2 days in real life since the last clip. So I actually got quite a bit done. So I kind of like this tree. And if we look out there, we're gonna be able to see the building all finished and everything. I think it came out amazing. It's actually one of my favorite buildings. So as we're heading over there, let's actually go this way and actually move some of the villagers that we had in here into the actual library. And then I also have them already in their area, in their holding chamber. And we come in here, we have a lot already, guys. So we got 4, 8, 9 villagers right here so far, and I labeled them on top of over here. So I'm breaking projectile and stuff like that. So yeah, this actually took a while because I had to like keep breaking the actual the lectern, right? This is called the lectern, in order to get the right trades, and I was able to get these, and yeah, I'm happy with this. So now it's just a matter of breeding the villagers up there. But an issue that I actually ran into, I also got a zombie over here. That way we could actually lower the traits. I also ended up going to the nether, found a nether fortress, and I was able to get some blaze rods in order to actually brew some potions and stuff like that. One of the things that, or the issues that I'm running into, guys, is that and this guy is actually supposed to be up here, but this is the second time that he ends up falling. The first time he actually landed inside of the chamber, and then the next time, as you guys can see, I ended up trapping him in there. It seems like he doesn't want to be on the boat, so I don't know what I'm gonna do, to be honest. He keeps throwing food at this guy, and I don't think he's gonna breed. I don't think there's enough beds for them to breed. And so yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do, guys. It's kind of hard to get them up there, so to be honest, we'll see what happens. But actually it took quite a while to get all started and everything. But let me show you. As we walk over here, you guys can notice I added these new trees. This is the first time I do these like smaller trees. I think they actually came out really good. I really like how they turned out. I added a couple of them right here in front. I still need to work on the area and terraform a little bit in order to make it good. I also added like a little canoe right there. I really like how that turned out. But yeah, so as we come in here, we have the little canopy. To be honest, I don't remember, or I don't know exactly what it's called. So we already have the leaves right here labeled. We only have some birch leaves. We got a bunch of oak. Seems like nobody's been purchasing them. In order to pay, we have to come in here, and we got to go in the cash register, and we have the chest right there in order for them to pay, right? So the price is up here: 1 diamond for 2 stacks, or 20 iron for 1 stack. So I think that's a decent price, and it seems like I'm not able to go up there. But on this side, this is actually another shop, and in order to get in here, it's actually in the front right here. I got a couple banners to signify this is like a flower shop or something. So obviously we pay here. This is where we're gonna be selling some of the flowers. 1 diamond a stack, or 10 iron for half a stack. I don't got anything in here just yet. I got another chest, but the main area that I want to show you guys was up here. So I was actually really happy how this area came out. I don't know, I just really like it. I feel like we could do more right here, by adding maybe some barrels or something like that. But I've been having issues with the villagers up there picking the professions up, so I decided just to take all the barrels that were close by, that way they wouldn't pick them up, and I was actually able to turn them into librarians. But here we have the little extension that we added on the building earlier, so it just gives it like a really good area, so now we could actually see outside and stuff like that. So if you ever caught at night, you know what I mean, around here, you could just come up there and actually go to sleep. So I don't know, I think this area came out really nice. I really like how it came out overall. Over here in the background, I didn't do too much, or not the background but the back of the house, I didn't add too much. I decided to use this type of wood. I forgot what it was called. I think it's warped wood or something like that. I can't remember, guys, but I decided to just go to the nether, and I found the forest, and I was able to just mine a tree and get a bunch of this right here as well. And I think it really fits. I really like this color right there. I think it's a color that we're missing in Minecraft, because the other way to get that similar to that color is getting the prismarine, and in order to get that, guys, you need to tackle yeah, a monument, and that's not an easy job for sure. That's probably something that we could do in the future. So overall, guys, I really like how it turned out. I think it's actually pretty cool. We do have some space in the cross space on top to add something. Maybe that's where we can have like some of the flowers, that way we could bone meal them in order to stock our shop. So that's actually a really good idea, so I'm gonna have to do that. But other than that, I think the server is the same. I believe Ghost is working on something over here. I think he was like working on one of the trees. Yeah, it's like half undone. Actually, I saw this and I was like, you know what, I need to do that tree. So I went ahead and I did it, and I think actually looks pretty cool. We're starting to fill out some of the area, but so far so good, guys. I really like how this area turned out right here. I actually got plans in the next episode. We need to go meet up with Ghost in order to see what he wants for his actual sorting system. And then I got plans to do something in the back and kind of get our castle started, or you know what I mean, get like some idea of what we want to do. So make sure to stay tuned and check it out. So I just want to thank us for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, guys, and subscribe for more videos, and I guess I'll just catch you guys on the next one. Team Rocket Draws